Hello and welcome to another Magic the Gathering Arena Brawl video, where this time we're going to be looking at Vadrik with irregular sleep schedule. So Vadrik is essentially another card that plays with the day-night cycle. However, unlike Werewolves, where, them transforming is an important part of, so you always want it to be night preferably, Vadrik gets more powerful the more times it changes between day and night. And the advantage we get from that is Vadrik's instants and sorceries cost less equal to Vadrik's power. So the more times day becomes night and night becomes day, the more powerful Vadrik becomes, the cheaper our instants and sorceries are, and that means we can play some really big top-end stuff for basically no mana at all. So the essential game plan here is mostly instants and sorceries, and I crafted an Alrund's Epiphany past the previous video, the Disturbed Foretell deck, because Alrund's Epiphany is really good, and it's even better when it only costs you 2 mana because of Vadrik. So it's pretty simple, straightforward as far as a deck goes from that point. We are going to be trying to play out our early game with just a little bit of setup to get Vadrik on the field. We have a few cheap removal options, since whilst we do have our top end, which are great when Vadrik gets them discounted, we still get at least some value from Vadrik as default with the 1 cost reduction, so we can safely have a lot of these become just 1 mana. And it's for that reason that I'm not running many 1 mana spells, since there is no reduction from Vadrik, so there's no benefit. Secrets of the Key does, however, have the flashback side, which does then allow me to get value when I'm casting it from graveyard. So we are hoping to essentially hold out the game until Vadrik hits the field, hopefully have a few pieces of removal to immediately deal with any threats, or hold up some counter magic to deal with anything trying to remove Vadrik, and then most of our stuff is our instants. And then we do also have a few things with flash, like the Spectral Adversary. So, generally speaking, it's very easy for us to just not do anything in our turn, but still get spend all of our mana effectively in our opponent's turn. And then, as opponents will usually want to still play 2 spells if they're not playing out big thing after big thing. So usually you'll then flip back, which makes Vadrik bigger, but if it doesn't, we can then take advantage of the discount to cast 2 things relatively cheap. So that's the essential game plan. Some of the more supporting cards we've got in there. Originally, I had basically all the cards that cared about day or night, since, we'd be flipping between day and night, so all of the cards that say day, when it becomes day or night, do a thing, seem great. However, I cut out the 2 of the ones, the one that deals 1 damage each time it changes, and the one that taps down a thing each time it changes, because whilst we do it a lot, and will then be able to benefit from that, it felt more fitting to go more into the instants and sorceries to actually capitalize off Vadrik. Firmament Stage stays because it's card draw, and we can always use more of that. Celestus stays since it's card draw and can also force the time to change. And then outside of that, we've just got some good, powerful, solid cards, such as the Goldspan Dragon and Stormkiln Artist and Archmage Emeritus. So our instants and sorceries are making treasures, we're drawing cards, and then Goldspan's letting us tap for double mana, or even Galazeth Prismari letting us tap our treasures without sacrificing them for instants and sorceries. So hopefully this will play out relatively well. And then as far as lands go, I've got 1 Crawling Barrens. It's essentially, I guess I could also theoretically switch these to Snowlands and also run the what's it called? Forgotten its name already. Faceless Haven as another creature land, as a way to avoid things. Den of the Bugbear's in here, whereas Storm Giants isn't, just because I don't have it and don't want to craft it. But Crawling Barrens I just figured would be a decent option, as it enters untapped, so we can still realistically play around things. And if we have nothing else to do, we can pay our 4 into putting +1/+1 counters on it, so that'll eventually become a bigger threat as opposed to anything else. So yes. Let's go get into some games and see how this plays. One last thing, I did wait until I was able to get this card sleeve, just because I think this is like literally the perfect card sleeve for a Vadrik deck. So yes, that's that. And now it's game time. Okay, so we're starting out with Werewolves, which will be interesting. I think this is a mulligan though. Okay, that's a bit better. But yes, it's going to be interesting, given that they are going to want it to switch to day and night. I want it to switch to day and night. That is not... Okay, that's interesting. Alright, we'll pass. I'll probably Arcane Infusion. Yeah, that is instant. End of their turn. That is also not a werewolf. Interesting. Is this person just wanting to play Brawl? And they've just decided Tovolar is alright, is it? Wow! Okay, that's unfortunate. Alright, so... Options... It's a 2-3, it's a decent blocker, that's a 1-2. Starts the day-night cycle. That'll start the day-night cycle. I mean, that will also do it, so... Yeah, I'll drop this first. I can't cast anything immediately off Vadrik, whereas if I get another land, I can hold up Disdainful Stroke, potentially. They seem to be considering Tovolar. It's not the most mana efficient play, but then if they have a follow-up play... Okay, Hound Tamer, makes sense. They won't get any immediate draw from Tovolar. This holds off the assault there. That is a land. So I do think I now drop Vadrik. No attacks. And hold. I can't counter Tovolar if they play it, however they do have the extra mana from Lotus Cobra, so if they play something bigger, I do get my Disdainful Stroke. Like that! Now this is big enough to block the Hound Tamer. So, productive turn. Alright. I'm tempted to drop this into the Geistflame Reservoir. If I pass, this gets a counter. If it gets a counter, it's 2-3, reduced by 2. Still not going to be enough. So yeah, I think playing out this into Reservoir gets us set up for future turns. Do I play this as a land? I mean, I can exile stuff off the top with Geistflame Reservoir. Yeah, sure. We'll play this as a land for now. It does also mean that I can Magma Opus next turn. Oof. That can get rid of my Geistflame Reservoir. That hurts. Although I think I'd rather that go than the Arcane Signet. And then a Tovolar. presumably attack with a Hound Tamer. Now, I could double block. If I do, they presumably kill Vadrik. However, I think I'm fine with this. Oh. Because it gets them down to fewer than 3 werewolves. And it stops them from drawing a card. Now the question is, what do they want to get rid of? Okay, they leave Vadrik. Two, 4, 5, 6. So if I pass, I can magma opus. Alright. Now the only thing they can pump with Tovolar is the Masked Vandal. And then next turn I can double spell really easily to get back to day. So how do I do damage with this? It makes a 4/4, tap 2 permanent. So if I tap both of those, kill both of those, 2 to face. Okay, in that case, okay, select any number of targets, damage will be divided, so 2 permanents to tap, we'll tap down you, tap down you. Okay. Hope they don't have another response to this. They do have 2 cards in hand, 3 mana available. Okay. Worked out in my favour. Ranger class is a pretty good option. Goldspan Dragon. Don't mind if I do. So I will swing with both of these. And then do I drop Wizard Glass? Yeah, I think I do. No, because this way I can hold up Arcane Infusion as well. So I can then make double blue with that. I can Secrets the Key and Arcane Infusion. Toski is pretty good. Do I counter it? See, they attack. That's a lot of card draw. Sure, I'll counter it. Oh wait, you can't be countered. I'm an idiot. I have literally thrown away a counterspell. Yeah, that was a waste. So we take out Lotus Cobra. Yeah, okay. That was dumb. That was really, really dumb. Now they get a bunch of card draw. And then I'll Secret the Key still. Alright, so this time I attack with just Goldspan Dragon. And then we'll end the turn so that I get my Vadrik trigger. Okay. When it dies, deals X damage where X is the number of colours, so it's only going to be 2 at most. It's a flyer, so it can block my gold span, but that's not an issue. It can filter through their cards a bit faster. Okay, so what's... Oh, that's a one-sided fight, so here we go. Let's go digging. There we go. Let's view that. Target creature you control deals damage. Yep. And I get myself another treasure. I mean, this is 2 spells, so it does transform back, so Vadrik gets bigger again. They are really pushing for that card draw. So we'll go to blockers. We'll take out that so they can't get more. That's going to go through regardless. That's a wolf. That's... yeah, that seems fine. So they get 2 more cards. And then end of turn, secrets of the key, sacrifice a clue. And sure, we'll sacrifice another one. Stormkill Analyst. That is a card I definitely want to get into play. That currently enters tapped. So, let's see here. So yeah, if I swing in with the... let's see here. Swing in... I mean, if I swing in with everything, they have to block. They'll take 9. It's a 2/2. So... okay. Swing in with everything. Except the gold span dragon, actually. We'll keep that back. Yep, day trade that. Take that 5. They can't kill anything, so they do it to the face. We shall drop this. We shall drop this. Play out the wizard class. Do we level it up? We have 1 mana left. So yeah, I think we do. Okay, Galvanic Iteration. Now we just need to draw something. And we can get copying. They've had a pretty decent refill with cards. They've got a lot of potential power with their card draw. However, I think I should be in a good spot right about now. They can level that up, which does then give them a safe attack since I'll trade my Stormkill Artist. They are going as wide as they can. But they're only attacking with Toski, so just 1 safe block. And Prismari Command, I think that's game. So... I mean, yeah, it's game. So we swing in with that. We deal 4 damage. And then we Galvanic. Prismari Command. 2 damage to any target. Great treasure. Then we copy it. And there we go. Don't even need to worry about the fact that I accidentally countered Toski when I couldn't. Alright, we're up against Nahiri, who I've not encountered before, so I think it's equipment based. So yeah, you may attach equipment to a core, you can look for equipment or warriors, and then deals damage equal to twice the number of equipment you control. So, pretty decent. I think this is alright. I've not got many instants of sorceries, but I can drop that turn 1 into a turn 2 signet, which gets Vadrik down. Or I can hold up... I'm on the play, so get Vadrik down ASAP, I guess. In fact, yeah, because they then have the Disdainful Stroke up still. So, drop out our Vadrik and hope they don't have a Frostbite. Right, no Frostbite. Right, that is Nahiri. Some Moonrager Slash, it's pretty decent. So I think we drop this and we pass turn. Vadrik gets bigger. And now I have decent removal options all around. Yeah, I'm gonna... This enters, creates 2 tokens. Yeah, that makes multiple creatures, so let's just keep that out of the way. And then nothing else. So I'm going to practical research, I think. And then we'll discard Arcane Infusion. And we might as well Moonrager Slash. And now we double spell our Geist Flame and Spell Room. And they've seen enough. Okay, we've got Esika, 5-color good stuff going to come. This is, okay, let's see here. So we've got 3 mana to get out our commander. We'll keep it. It's not, it's a very risky hand, but hopefully Prismari Command will do the job. Okay, so we'll get our mountain. Drop our island into a signet. They seem to appreciate the fact that I have a signet on this turn. There they are, setting up colours, so we'll get out our Vadrik. And hopefully they've got a few more turns of setup. Heck yeah, that works for me. So, can I double spell this turn? I can, technically, but it's Moonrager Slash to the face and then Seize the Storm. Or I could Prismari Command. Yeah, Prismari Command seems better. I'll go to combat first and attack. And then Prismari Command, so I'll draw 2 and create a treasure. Impressively no land. And then we'll... Oh, we've got to discard 2 for this one, so... guess the Demi-Lich... No, not... What do I discard? secrets, I get 2 cheaper, so I can still cast it. I could technically cast Demi-Lich, which would probably provide more tempo, but I think we're fine for now. In fact, yeah, Demi-Lich was probably best cast there, since most of my stuff here is red. However, still nothing. I guess I'll gold span. Go a swinging. And now I've got 4 mana. I can phase something out with Spectral Adversary. I could have Demi-Liched again. Okay. When it enters the battlefield, target creature blocks this turn if able. Creature died. Okay, doesn't matter right now. I can Moonrage slash it anyway. Alright, so what do I do here? I mean, I'll Moonrage slash this. Swing with both. Create another treasure. And then seize the storm. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Opponent didn't play anything out really, and we just accelerated into value and didn't stop beating down. The fact that they changed it tonight the first time really just gave us such a massive tempo advantage with that double discount with Vadrik. Yeah. And I think, yeah, honestly there, I should drop the Demi-Lich. I then have 6 mana there, and then... Yeah, so I'd be able to Spectral Adversary and phase out 2 things in the event that they did have a board wipe. So, very good position there to finish off that game. Alright, Barrowin of Clan Undurr, so presumably... yeah, I'll keep this. Presumably it's going to be adventure shenanigans, so... We have removal, we have Vadrik, we have the Celestus, we have a Demon Bolt, so I think I'll tell that. I could hold up Cathartic Fire, but I think I'd rather do this for now. Since I can then Celestus, Vadrik, and Celestus sets it to Knight. That is great. So I think I definitely want to Celestus first. Okay, so decisions. If I Vadrik, then next turn... Celestus leaves up Demon Bolt. Vadrik. Both trigger Knight. If they don't play anything, I think they will play something. So I think Celestus first. It means at the very least I get to Cathartic Pyre and draw cards. Okay, they're accelerating. So I could also drop out Galazeth. And then it keeps up Demon Bolt, provides more immediate pressure. They can drop Barrowin next turn, which is a 3/3. It dies to most of my stuff. So, yeah, we'll Galazeth first, since it provides more pressure. And then if they do play out Barrowin, I can play out... Like, if they play a 4-drop that needs answering immediately, I can Demon Bolt it. Otherwise, I can wait, I can drop. Okay, yeah, they've got removal, which I would have expected. Okay, well, there's a land. Archmage. I can Archmage and then immediately remove something. So I think I Vadrik. I can now hold up everything, effectively. But I think dropping this as a land is just more sensible. So I have options. Do they have more removal? Alright, they're thinking. Alright. Only destroys enchantments. These are not enchantments, so presumably they either gain life or exile Galazeth. Yeah, no, it's only enchantment. I think they thought it was artifact or enchantment. So yeah, they just gain the life. Oh no! Exile target non-land permanent until it leaves the battlefield. So that resolves. Do they target Vadrik? They do indeed target Vadrik. So Moonrager's slash can deal with tiny damage. That's creatures or planeswalkers. So is there any point doing that to it? I think I'd rather Arcane Infusion. 4, 5. No, we'll just let it resolve, and then I can just replay Vadrik. Yeah, I don't have the removal for that, so we just get Vadrik back. So we can then just replay Vadrik and still have Demon Bolt up, or Cathartic Fire. So that is a cleric. So it could also be clerics. They could be playing clerics. Oh, they could be playing party. They get a choice of 2. Except I can kill 1 in response, which then makes it 1, which means I can then force them to discard. You know what? No, we'll resolve that. And your choices are between this and this. Not a surprise. So yeah, I guess this, yeah, murdering was a valid option just to get it down, but then this way I have an answer for Barrowin. I mean, I already did with Demon Bolt, but I can do it more immediately. And it then means I get to keep up Demon Bolt for something slightly bigger. Is that instant? Yes, it is. Take out Barrowin. Ah, Disdainful Stroke. Great. Yep, so just pass the turn. I gain some life. I will draw. I've got the Arcane Infusion, so that is good. We'll drop that. Alright, that's no big issue. The issue is now, what do I discard for? That can't get it back. Yeah, we'll get rid of that, since I can't burn it easily. And they double spelled, so day switches. I'll decline this time. Alright, so think we drop the Archmage and play that out, since this draws us more cards, which is great. And you know what? I'll even swing in. Start getting some damage through. Baron enters the board again. So do they make a treasure? Do they make a goblin? They make a treasure. Okay, I think I'll Arcane Infusion. Card. Seize the Storm, nice. That is a great one. That is also great. So, what do we do here? We play out Stormkill. Play land for turn. Seize the Storm, hold up Demon Bolt. What's this can do? So, treasure, destroy artifact. So, can't destroy that. There's no point really destroying that. Let's hold it up first. Swing in with Vadrik. Let's see if they decide to do anything. Alright. Fair enough. So we can kill... Actually, this probably wasn't the best idea. I could kill all three of them if I so desired. So let's see. Prismari Command, Demon Bolt. I know, also create a treasure, so yeah, well, Prismari Command will deal 2 damage and create a treasure as well. So we'll kill you. Oh, wait, no, cancel. Do it the right way around. So deal 2 damage, create treasure, 2 damage to you. Draw that. And we draw a gold span. And how about, in response to that, Demon Bolt? Alright, that seemed like quite the productive turn. And I could keep up the pressure with this. However, I don't think I will, because they are black-white, so they have board wipes galore. Alright, they are Barrowing again. That -4, -0. That is actually a pretty decent play, which means I do have to windfall now. I'll discard the burn down the house, since I have a good board presence. I could now phase out Vadrik. Yep. Alright. They've decided to call it there, because yeah, I think that's a good spot for me. Like with these 2 cards down, if they didn't have hard removal to wipe the board, and with that there, a great draw, because yeah, I can play out Spectral Adversary, I can phase out probably Barrowin, although then I sacrifice all of these. But yeah, no, I was in a solid position there, because yeah, if I phase out Vadrik, then I still get these cheap next turn. It only buys them a turn. I swing in with the Stormkill Artist, they'll feel obliged to block. and then Seize the Storm is pretty big at this stage. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus itself, 8, and 9. So a 9/9 for very cheap, and then with flashback as well to do it again. Pretty much had that game under control there without them having a full-on board wipe. So yeah, I think that went pretty well. So that was the deck in action. I think it did a pretty good job, all things considered. Yeah, I was somewhat surprised. Like, I'm a bit surprised with how well it did. I expected it to be all right, but it seemed to actually hold its own. Like, even with my misplay, with counterspelling a literal uncounterable spell, I still was able to make it work. And I think the balance is about right there with creatures that have good support for instants and sorceries, and the instants and sorceries themselves. We did get to see our Magma Opus performing as well as Magma Opus should. Epiphany didn't come up, unfortunately, because, when you craft a card, you then hate to not see it. Similarly, Leah, which I was in two minds with Leah, since, it turns off all our counter spells, and we only have, I think, the one bounce spell and the Spectral Adversary phasing as means of getting Leah off the board in response to a counterspell being used from the graveyard. So I was worried that, putting in Leah is an issue because I then can't use my counter magic. However, I figured that it works out, as well as also Seize the Storm technically becomes weaker when I cast not cards without flashback, since whilst it does count the cards with flashback in exile, it doesn't work well with Leah, since they only have flashback whilst in the graveyard. So that is something to consider. And so but at the same time, the logic is, if Leah's able to resolve, it's a card that the opponent's going to want to answer, because sure, I can't use Sword Coming or Druari Disruption, but you find the villain's lair, I can still draw and discard cards, and it does give me all of my burn back, so I can still get in some pretty decent damage following up from Leah. So I think, all in all, it's a good deck. I think it's set up well. There's probably some room for improvement with a few tweaks here and there. But yeah, I'm happy. It did what it's meant to do. It did it well. No complaints. So, with all that said, I'll leave you here for today. Take care, and I'll see you all next time.